behind the scar is going away. Thanks to some batana oil that I got a few months back that I never knew I would be using. That I got back from Alkaline Vegano on IG. Tag Alkaline Vegano. Yo, checking. I didn't think I was going to be reading from this book. And going live until like December. We're already in November. But, you know, I got some content shared to me according to, you know, based on what is going on around the world, especially in the Middle East, really. And it made me think, you know what I'm saying, as I'm seeing some of these posts of these so-called, these individuals that call themselves Jews. You get what I'm saying? They call themselves Jews. They consider themselves Jew through speech because of their dress attire. You know, so what they wear and what they say, I guess, is what makes one a Jew. But this book itself says, you know, I forget where it is. Let me see if I can find it over here. Where it says, some people, you know, Revelations 2:6. Or 2:9. Where is it? Ah. I know those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Alright? There's people out here that say that they are something, and because they say that they are this something, there's a lot of people in this world that have grown to believe that these individuals that claim to be something are something when in reality they are not. You get what I'm saying? A Jew is not somebody that claims to be a Jew. Somebody that grabs 2 pieces of hair and curls them up. You know what I'm saying? That's not a Jew. This is not a Jew. Look like a fucking goat. A Jew is one who obeys God's laws. A spiritual Jew. A spiritual Jew is what we should all strive to be. Not these fake, not these that claim to be but are not, and only worship that which is, you know, contrary to good and wholesome, and which is against the slaughter and pillaging of other people and other nations. That is not a Jew. That's why in one of Proverbs, in one of King Solomon, the Soul of Man's Proverbs, it said, better a dinner of herb than a fatted calf where there's hatred. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these peoples that claim to be, you know, the people of God are out here killing God's creation, sacrificing God's creatures for forgiveness. They circumcise themselves in the flesh, but do not circumcise their soul of all the depravity that has contaminated their flesh. So they think that because they cut the tip of the penis of a young man, that somehow that means that they are saved, when in reality they are all damned, the majority of them, because they these. They claim to be, they say they are Jew and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Instead, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and you will have tribulations 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. You get what I'm saying? I told one of my boys, he was sending me some videos. I was like, yo, bro, I don't indulge in none of that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? When I got out of the military 9 years ago, 9 years and 2 months ago, when I got out, I started indulging in all this crazy stuff that was already going on. You know, the wars in the Middle East, the police brutality, the corporate governmental pharmaceutical collusions. You get what I'm saying? Like all this, you know, the banking cartels, like all this stuff. Like I was indulging it so bad that it was starting to cause me anxiety and stress because I wanted to change the world so bad, yet I'm just one individual, and I had to like come to the realization like, yo, I can't change the world. I can only change myself. You get what I'm saying? And to the degree that I change myself will determine the impact that I have upon the world. You get what I'm saying? I had to realize, or I came to the realization almost 18 months or so to being out of the military. As I'm driving to college, you get what I'm saying? As I'm driving to school, I'm watching a 3-hour-long documentary covering, you know, American and Western history dating back as early as the 16th, you know, late 16th century, late 16th, early 17th century, up until like modern day 2007, 2010. And it hit me like, oh snap. I was a terrorist. I was a corporate banking governmental tool used by this corporate run state we call the United States of America, sent overseas onto other nations to kill those people for nothing, for profit, for corporate profit, you know, for the military industrial complex to have reasons to be over there, so that all these corporations have, you know, ways and means by which to make money. The profit for them was, you know, the money they made. The loss was the blood of the individuals that were being sacrificed, both on the side of the American people and also on the side of the Afghan and Iraqi people. So many hundreds of thousands, very likely millions of people have died over the, you know, over the 10, almost 20-year war that was waged in the Middle East between Iraq and Afghanistan. And not just Iraqi and Afghan individuals, but also the Jordanian people that were going over there, the Georgians, you get what I'm saying, the Estonians, the Germans, all these other nations, the French, the Italians, all these other nations that are, you know, on this NATO under these NATO agreements, were over there also, you know, dying. Soldiers dying for, you know, they were getting paid. But a lot of us, you know, that were in war, we think that what we were doing was right, because that is what, you know, the mediums of communications, which are also controlled by two main companies, which control, you know, Vanguard and BlackRock, which control all the other 6 major media companies in the United States, were telling us that what the American government and what its allies, the NATO allies, was doing in the Middle East, in Afghanistan, and Iraq was right. You know what I'm saying? Similar to what they did with Gaddafi. You know, we're told that these people are terrorists, when in reality we are the terrorists. I was the terrorist, and I almost got shot in the head for being a fucking terrorist in a country that I had no business being there. Why? Because at 19 or at 17, I realized, oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm out here smoking weed, not doing anything right. You know what I'm saying? I need some freaking discipline. Let me see if I get this, if going into the Marine Corps might help me develop the level of discipline that I've lacked, that I never received, you know, because I lacked the father. Let me see if I can get that. And I got the discipline, but it also came with the price. And it almost cost me my dumb ass life. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm still here. I'm alive. But, you know, seeing now what's going on in the Middle East, you know, with this nation that claims itself to be, you know, the holy people, when in reality they're just, you know, they're just individuals that put on a costume and call themselves Jews, when in reality they're but the synagogue of Satan. You get what I'm saying? That's all anybody that claims to be a servant of God but actually does the opposite is out here murdering children. You know what I'm saying? Promoting the death of other individuals because they don't follow the same, they don't worship God in the same way that they choose to worship God. Like, that's devilish, fam. You know, that's why I don't subscribe to any religion. A real Jew obeys God. It ain't about color. It ain't about ethnicity. It is about obedience to God's laws. Do unto others as you would have. Thou shalt not kill. You know what I'm saying? Do not harm children. Do not harm the Lamb of God. Meaning, don't kill God's animals. Like, these are all laws. You know, the Old Testament people decided to only abide by 10, but it's 42 laws. It's 42 laws. Don't fuck your neighbor's wife. Don't fuck your brother's wife. Don't lay with other men. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't gossip. Don't do negative shit against your neighbor because he does not dwell by you. You know, he dwells by you for his safety. Ain't nobody gonna come and live by you if they know you're gonna rob them. Come on, man. So don't do no harm to other people. Do unto others as you would have. Like, these are laws. You know what I'm saying? These are laws. Follow God's laws. They are written in your being, in your tabernacle, in your temple. In this, you know, in this body of flesh and blood of clay with life breathed into it. Circumcise your soul from all this depravity that society is trying to project onto your mind, your willpower, and your emotions. Circumcise your soul from that. You don't need to go and cut your dick. You don't need to cut the tip of your dick to somehow be in agreement with God. Like, who the fuck said that? Another man? That's the devil. You know what I'm saying? Any man that's telling you to do something that goes against your own intuition and your own, what your own soul or what spirit is telling your soul to do, your body will tell you. Your body will warn you. Your gut instinct and your intuition will warn you, like, yeah, nah, this dude's saying something that is not jiving right. That's devilish. If it's not jiving with your soul, with your spirit, with your body, that's devilish, whatever's coming upon you. All right? Be a Jew in the spirit. Be a Christian in the spirit. Be a Muslim in the spirit. Be a Jew. Obey God's unwritten laws, which are written in your tabernacle, in your temple, in your church, in your body, in your being. Seek God's wisdom. Be a Christian. Be a seeker of God's wisdom and love and approval. You get what I'm saying? Be that kind of Christian and be a Muslim. Worship God with all of your fucking heart, yo. You get what I'm saying? Give glory to the Almighty One which liveth in you and worketh through you every freaking day. And if it does that in you, it does that in other people, even if they are unaware of it. That's why it tells you, like, yo, the harlots and the thieves will make it into heaven long before the priest will. Because we out here judging, not knowing that we judging ourselves. Yo, what's going on around the world is jacked up. But if we are, you know, caving into what the mediums of entertainment, which are controlled by 2 main companies, maybe 3, which also control all the other 6 major companies. You get what I'm saying? If we fall prey to the deception of these, you know, Machiavellian individuals, you know, these malevolent individuals, if we fall prey and we start giving our mental space and material resources, our energy, our attention, our time to what they are projecting, to things that fill us with hopelessness and despair, then we're not going to have any mental space, any material resources, energy, attention, and time to invest into positive things, into visions of a greater future, of better possibilities. So unless you're going to go, you know, you're going to create a website and start writing letters to your local politicians and go stand and go get a crowd and go stand in front of your local politicians, state senators, and so on and so forth, with a group of people with pitchfork and knives and fire to force their hands to do what is necessary, to do what is right, then shut the fuck up. Stop sharing all this negative shit and start focusing on yourself. Take your ass to the gym. Focus on your fitness, on your faith, on your family that's likely needs your attention, your friends, your community. You get what I'm saying? Your finances. And start focusing on a better vision of a future instead of entertainment, all these negative things that are going on today in the world that you have no motherfucking control over. All right? And raise your goddamn vibrational frequency. It's as simple as that, family. We cannot control what's going on 3,000 miles around the world. We can only control what's going on within ourselves. And a lot of the time, that stuff that's going on outside of the world is going on within ourselves, but we're not addressing it. We're not addressing it. We're seeking out distractions, things to entertain us, and we're not doing what is right by us, by our family, by our friends, by our finances, by our visions. And so all we keep entertaining is fear. All we keep consuming is fear porn. That's all that is. That's fear porn. You know what we're sipping on? That super healing alchemy, you know? Oh, that's amazing. But I just wanted to come on here and say that, man. Focus all your mental space, material resources, your energy, your attention, and your time on things that are within your control. Focus all of your energy, attention, time, mental space, and material resources on things that are within your control. Do not give your meat to things that you cannot control. All right? Do what you can with what you got. Everything else that is not under your control, give on to God. Let the universal source, universal intelligence, deal with what is out of your power to deal with. All right? And focus on what you can deal with. And ask for the strength, the insight, the understanding, the patience, the courage, and the wisdom to do what is right, to accept what isn't, what can't be changed, and, you know, to have the discernment to act accordingly. Other than that, you have a blessed day. One love.